Action faking is an even more lethal form of procrastination because you're tricking yourself into thinking that you're actually making progress. This is the first trap that so many people get themselves into, and it has dramatic consequences at the end of it all.
Self-development ruined my life. I have developed myself so much that I don't know, but it ruined my life. It was not the addiction, it definitely wasn't. It was self-development. And the evil people who say that you should develop yourself. Fuck them. Fuck them.
But behind this self-help addiction is something more sinister. Because on the back of your constant purchases and your constant chasing of motivation, someone is profiting, someone is winning. Question is, who?
What? It's not me. I haven't made a single fucking dollar from this YouTube shit. Self-development books are bad. They are dangerous and it's useless. Say many people. There are videos about, the dark side of the self-development thing, and reading a lot of these books and going down the rabbit hole of self-development and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, it's bad, but I mean, yeah, people can get obsessed with things and just kind of go into this rabbit hole of self-development, and then you are not really doing anything, like with all these routines and habits and everything that you learn, you're not really doing anything with it. You're just listening to it and feeling like you are doing something, right? That's the danger, I guess, that they say that you kind of just look like you are doing something but not really, and that's fair. but I'm sure that there is some good to this self-development stuff, and I have to say, for example, with me, I've always, in the past years, I made decisions very suddenly, like quitting my job and then starting to learn programming at school, and also the decision to start learning in my free time, the decision to start running, to start exercising, and restart YouTube and things like that. It was always a very sudden decision, I'd say, out of kind of nowhere. I quit my job. We were on vacation, and we came back from it, and I was like, I'll just quit my job. and I did that, and it kind of felt like before the decision, it was I remember a couple of moments where it was the feeling like when you think of a word that you want to say, and you feel like it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't say it, but it's there. And that's how I felt kind of before these decisions, that I had this feeling that I am sure I'm gonna do this, or I don't know, I can't quite explain the feeling, but it was like something was cooking in me, and I just couldn't quite express it, and when it was cooked finally, then it just came very suddenly, these decisions, and I attribute that to listening to these books and learning about how things in a human work, like how the psychology work, how decisions work, how habits work, and how every other things like that work. Because and it was always like I listened to the same type of books about people and psychology and all that. I always listened to the same thing kinda, but it was never like groundbreaking or something. So all that these self-development books do is just imprint this information into your brain. That's how habits work, how decisions work, how every stuff like that work, how you make decisions, how psychology works, how your emotions work, how everything like that works. And you just can listen to it again and again and again in all the books. It's all the same kind of, and these informations become second nature to you, and start to kind of change you and form you. And I think that this cooking feeling are these informations being kind of building into your brain and being part of you and changing you, is what this cooking feeling is. And so in this way, these learning about these topics is very important, I think, because yeah, they don't change your life from one day to another, but they change you from 1 year to another, maybe. And I think that's kind of the only way that they work. If I had to say an information about how we make decisions and everything like that, right now, although I listen to quite a lot of books, and I'm sure if I read about it again, I'll know it. But I couldn't say any useful things about it right now, although I know kinda, and I listen to books about it and all that, but it's not like I know it. It's just all of the information just got into the back of my head, where you know what I mean. So it's not like conscious knowledge, it's just something that becomes a part of you by repetition, I guess. And in that way they are very useful, I think, and they kind of inspire decisions and all that.